and welcome to another episode of the Chrissie Mayr Podcast. We are on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, and SoundCloud. So if you're listening on iTunes right now, please leave a 5-star review. 4 stars, 5 stars, as many stars as you can handle. I'm so excited to announce some dates. I can't wait to be doing stand-up in a city near you. Let's pull up my website. Guys, next Saturday, I'll be headlining in Morris Plains, Tiff's Ale House in New Jersey, also known as the Dojo of Comedy. That's next Saturday. Then I'm heading to St. Louis Wednesday, May 25th to headline the Helium Club out there. Then to Illinois, I'll be at the Vixen Friday, May 27th. That's in McHenry, about an hour outside Chicago. And then we're working on more dates for the summer. But I know for sure in September, on the 8th, I'll be headlining in Austin at Cap City Comedy Club, then heading to Philly Wednesday, September 14th to do the Helium Club out there. And always stay tuned. Stay following my Twitter. I'm always announcing dates. And if you have clubs near you that are cool that you want me to perform at, tag them, tag me. All about the tagging. You know what I'm also all about? Making money from crypto. Guys, we've seen so many people who, yeah, that's right. Cue that music. We've seen so many people who make ridiculous money from crypto, and you're probably thinking, can I do that too? But I don't know anything about crypto. Yes, guess what? You can. You can do the same. The Copy My Crypto membership site shows you the exact cryptos that YouTuber James McMahon personally holds and allows you to copy him. It's like having a big brother who knows what he's doing. You don't have to know a thing about investing or crypto. You don't have to read a bunch of books. You just copy what he does. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about James. He runs the Crypto with James YouTube channel, which despite heavy censorship, has about 1 million views and 15,000 subscribers. Since March of 2020, he's told his viewers to buy 26 crypto coins. Had you put $100 into each one, it would now be worth over $66K. Of these 26 coins, his top pick of the year, a coin called Phantom, is currently up around 440 times from when he started. That one call alone has retired a number of people, including guys and girls in their 20s and 30s. Remember, this is all public knowledge. You can go to YouTube and verify this for yourself. So if this sounds good to you and you'd like to join the 1,300 members who copy James, stop what you're doing and head over to copymycrypto.com/Mayr. That's spelled MAYR. You'll not only find proof of everything I've said, but my listeners get full access for just $1. You won't find this offer anywhere else. But you got to act quick because this is a special New Year's offer and it will expire soon. That's copymycrypto.com/MAYR. Don't take this offer lightly. He's the real deal. This guy knows his shit. Get yourself some crypto. Make that money so you can buy your mom a Mother's Day gift. Not a birthing person gift, a Mother's Day gift. Yeah. All right. Enough of that. I'm so excited to have this guy on the show today. We've passed each other in the halls of the internet, and I figured it's about time we have a one-on-one. His hard-hitting YouTube channel is dedicated to commentary on the culture, with a strong emphasis on the mockery of woke Hollywood, which is a topic I love as well. He's also the founder of the zany EpicVerse podcast and EpicVerse Studios, and just has a wonderful YouTube presence. You may have seen him on Friday Night Tights as well. Josiah Rises, welcome to the show.
What's up, Chrissy? How's it going?
I'm loving the blue. You look like you're in an ice cave.
Well, sometimes it feels like it too. With I hope so. At least towards the summertime, because I need to get some air conditioning units in here. Otherwise, it's gonna get really hot. So,
are you a sweater?
Yeah.
Do you sweat at night?
Sometimes, yeah. Especially my feet. To be honest,
yeah, that's why you gotta kick them out. You gotta kick them out the side.
Yeah. I'm sockless most of the time, just because gotta have that nice ventilation. So
Yeah, you're just out there living life sockless, taking it as it comes.
not
How
as
did
cool as hobbits though. So
no,
you know.
definitely not. Yeah. How did you come to be a YouTube person?
Oh man, that is a long story. So we might need to pull up a campfire for that, and
Okay,
just
I have a
get
candle.
some marshmallows toasting, some of that type of
Mhm.
stuff. And but yeah, I've always been really fascinated by YouTube ever since I was like a, a kid. Like when YouTube first started coming out on the scene and stuff, and there was like a lot of really crappy videos. They were fun to watch, and I would go to YouTube a lot. But then
Are
I
we
didn't really.
talking like '06?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, like
yeah.
yeah, like
Mhm.
really old YouTube. But
The
then
aughts.
when YouTube started to develop a little bit, and you started to see some people on the platform really taking it in creative directions. Like one of my biggest inspirations when I was younger was Nigahiga, who is a YouTuber who made a lot of like comedy skit type videos and stuff like that. And so there's like Nigahiga, there's like Julian Smith, some of those people who were making just really entertaining videos on the platform. And so I was very inspired by them. And I started to make some of my own videos that were kind of in that vein, which are still out there somewhere on YouTube. So you guys can go try to find those if you want to. But some of them are pretty stinking cringe, if I say so myself. But
Oh.
so but yeah, so I've always been, I mean, this was back in like 2010 2011 that I was making some of these videos. And then over time, I mean, I've always been kind of posting things here and there on YouTube and stuff. But I never really got into YouTube seriously until um I decided that I was going to take a break from filmmaking, which I was very into. I was
Oh,
making a
did you
lot
go
of
to
short
school for
films.
filmmaking?
What's that?
Did you go to school for
I
filmmaking?
I actually did not. I've taken some like some um I've done some like apprentice type stuff with people for filmmaking, and I've gone to some like I don't know what you'd call them, like
A
summer
convention or a
classes type things,
okay.
sort of things like that. So I've done some of that type of stuff, but I've never really actually gone to school for it. Most of it's just me just picking up a camera, going out there, filming my own movies, and learning from there.
That's
Uh,
great to know that you even have a chance at making your own films if you haven't been to school, because I feel like
yeah,
that's
yeah,
the part that kind of scares people off, or especially if they're like, "Oh, I don't want to
right.
go in debt for this," or
Hmm.
it's
Yeah,
great that you can learn it on your own,
I mean,
like the
yeah,
minimal schooling.
some of the most successful directors out there haven't gone to school for it or anything like that. Especially, I mean, there's people like Peter Jackson, Quentin Tarantino, some of those guys. I don't think Quentin Tarantino ever went to school necessarily for it.
Wow. And
So
he loves your bare feet more than anybody, probably.
I wish,
Send
I wish, I wouldn't complain about that.
him foot pics. Yeah.
Yeah, right. But but yeah, so basically I was doing filmmaking, I was making some short films and stuff, and then I decided that I was going to take it a step further and make a feature length film. So I made a feature length film. I poured pretty much my literally like my heart and soul and all my money into it. And it didn't really go the places that I wanted it to. I think a lot of it just had to do with me not really having the following or the exposure, and I was kind of doing a lot of it on my own and stuff. Um and so after that basically failed, I'll just call it for what it is. It did fail. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take a step back from filmmaking for a while, and I'm going to instead divert my focus to YouTube, and I'm going to build an audience of people that are interested in what I'm doing. And so then I created Josiah Rises, the YouTube channel. And then I started to talk about like Hollywood and things like that, because that was what I was interested in. Films, film reviews. I In the early days of Josiah Rises, I did a lot of like trailer reactions as well to different films and stuff. Um, and then it's just continued to grow from there. And now I'm kind of at a point where I have 220,000 subscribers, and I may or may not be getting back into the filmmaking side of things again. So yeah,
your YouTube channel is amazing. Yeah, you got 220K, and very good thumbnails, like very eye catching, and I think like simplicity is always good.
yes, yeah, mm-hmm.
Because people go, and even if you don't have to spell it all out, you go, oh, like who wants Bill Murray gone over what?
Right,
And
right.
you click just to like make sense of it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
Do you feel like a lot of your YouTube tips and tricks you learned just by doing it, or did anybody kind of like help you out?
Yeah, a lot of it just came kind of with trial and error, I think. Just kind of like learning what I could do to kind of like draw people in to see my videos and things like that. I mean, one of my biggest inspirations right now is Mr. Beast and a lot of the stuff that he does with YouTube. I mean, he's
Beast.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of that guy?
I have, but I know nothing of him.
Okay. Yep. Yeah.
Oh my God, 94 million?
Yeah.
What the fuck? What does he do for almost 95 million subscribers? That's like everybody in the internet.
Yeah, he's insane. He I think one of his like look at his view numbers too. Look how many views he has on his videos. Go down to his popular uploads right there, and
oh God,
200. What does that say? 240 something
this one
million.
Has 177 million.
Yep.
Spending 50 hours in solitary confinement. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Buried alive. He's clearly got time on his hands, but you know what I mean? Like it's.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
But he's the king of YouTube. Like he's absolutely the best at what he does. And so I've learned a lot from him, and just like his process of how he gets people to click on videos, his thumbnail construction, everything. He's phenomenal at what he does, obviously, as you can see by the numbers. So I mean, I've taken a lot of inspiration from him as well, and just like you said earlier, simplicity kind of is the key to a lot of it. Not making thumbnails too crazy or busy or anything like that. Straightforward titles that will also get people to kind of ask questions. Okay, so what happened to Bill Murray? What does he know? What's the truth? All that type of stuff. So that's kind of what it comes down to in a lot of the cases.
Is this open mouth face, excited face a requirement? Because this isn't just about all of his thumbnails. This
right. I mean, I don't know, because he's never really talked about that specifically from what I've seen. But if you go back to my channel, you can see
enough of him.
You can see that I've kind of done a little bit of that same type of thing, where pretty much all of my thumbnails have some screaming person on it. But it's just kind of like, you got to try to make a thumbnail that's going to catch someone's eye, and stand out from the other thumbnails that they're scrolling through and stuff on YouTube. So, if you see like a screaming face on a thumbnail, you're going to be kind of like, whoa, what's going on there? And then you're going to look into it.
An open mouth screaming face. That I'm going to try to do more of that.
There you go. Yeah.
No matter what, someone's yelling. I like that.
Mm-hmm. I'm so mad because my most popular video that I have right now, it has like 982,000 views on it, and I was really hoping it would hit 1 million, but it hasn't quite gotten there yet. I'm hoping it will.
Oh my gosh, let's see. Sort by most popular. Guys, everybody, stop what you're doing. Let's watch this one. Let's watch. The ad. I want to contribute to your 1 million views.
Well, thank you.
This could be a huge game-changing.
I love Chrissie Alley.
Yeah, she's awesome. She and I have talked a little bit in DMs before, so it's kind of cool. I know. Just
did she make the first move or you?
Well, there's kind of a dramatic story behind all of that, to be honest.
Yes.
So some of her followers tried to get me in trouble for this video.
Why? I feel like you're pro Chrissie Alley.
I am. So Chrissie Alley, she was like talking about how like there's some things that she wanted to talk about in regards to like Hollywood and some things that people were doing and things like that. And so I made a video. She didn't say anything specific, but I made a video about it and talking about it, like, oh, Chrissie Alley's gonna break a bunch of crazy news on people in Hollywood and stuff. And then Kirstie Alley followed up on Twitter a couple days after that, because there were also some other people that were kind of doing that same type of thing that I was doing. And she was like, you know, I don't know who she was talking about, but people thought that she was talking about me. She was basically calling someone out on the internet that was making some sort of video about her or something like that. And so then all of her followers started to tag her in my video, and they were like, "It's this guy! Take this guy down! Sue him! Get your lawyer involved!"
So it's
and
like
all
a
this
total
stuff.
misunderstanding.
Yeah, and so then I was like, "Huh, this is kind of interesting." So, so I tagged Kirstie Alley, and I was like, "Kirstie, I am the one that made that video. If you want to talk about it, reach out to me." And so then she did it, and she DM'd me, and she was like, "Okay, well, I know that everyone's blaming you for this, but it's not you; it's someone else. You're doing a great job. Keep doing what you're doing." And all that type of stuff. So,
woo!
yeah.
And then you were like, "Let me know what you think of my dick pic." Nope.
Yeah.
Just slide one in. And she
Maybe,
was like, "Cheers."
maybe not, you know? Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, I'll leave that up to speculation. So,
Ooh, yes, everybody, let's get this video to 1 million views.
that'd be so awesome. I actually had a video that let's see, my most popular video ever got to 1,350,000 views, but that was one of my ones that I had to delete. It was about Dwayne
What?
Johnson being pro Biden stuff and all that. So yeah, so
Why'd
after
you have to delete it?
well, my YouTube channel got demonetized.
Oh no, your channel was under attack.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yep. Time to start a coffee brand, I guess. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, it's time. Everyone needs their own coffee.
Yeah.
What would
everyone.
if you had to do your own brew? I think about this a lot lately. Like, what would your brew be called?
Oh,
Maybe
man.
early riser. Early.
That's a good one.
Josiah Rises is actually a great name for a coffee because
Yeah.
it's like a morning blend and
Yeah.
you're up
Coffee
and about.
Coffee Rises. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
Or Early Riser is a good one. I like that actually.
Early
yeah.
riser.
I like
Fuck
that.
yeah.
I like that a lot. Yeah. Kind of gets you all inspired to take on the day, you know?
We gotta get into this coffee game.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I mean, everyone else is doing it, so you might as well, right?
Just competing coffees.
Yeah.
I tried the Nerdrotic blend. Well, no, it was the K cups because they don't have Nerdrotic in K cups. But I had
yeah.
One was like a bag of their flavored pods, and one was a bag of like different blends.
Mm-hmm.
They're nice. I mean, they're expensive, but they were decent.
Yeah, it's not bad. Have you tried Krigler's coffee?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay.
Does he have K cups? Does he have Kriggle cups?
I don't think so. He should. He better get on that. But
I could buy the regular blend and just put it in my. They have a cup that you can fill up, but God, that's
There
just
you
an
go.
extra step.
Yeah, you don't want to go through that. No.
We got some coffee hate in the chat. Simon thinks coffee company is cliche now. Thinks it's too done.
I mean, yeah, it is kind of getting to a point where it's kind of laughable, but
so you had a video that had 1 million views, and did it get so it was demonetized, or your whole channel?
My whole channel was demonetized back in November of 2020, like 10 days after the election. My channel was demonetized. So yeah.
Did they tell you what over what?
Yeah, not directly. I had to kind of find out through some people that may or may not have worked for YouTube.
Okay.
So they basically told me that it was because I was criticizing pedophilia from Hollywood.
Don't you know that you have to only praise pedophilia? That's all that's allowed.
I know. Super controversial of me to, be critical of
what
pedophilia,
a hot
I guess.
take.
But
I know. Yeah, if you're gonna be talking about Hollywood, Josiah, you have to be pro pedophilia. Them's the rules.
I learned my lesson, I'll tell you that.
Or at least not vocally against.
Yeah, right. Yep. So that was interesting. It was, I mean, it was a tough thing to deal with when that happened.
Right, and plus around that time they were so eager, and anybody who's got a different has anything different to say other than the message, so easy for them to slap you with the QAnon label, so easy to slap you with the alt-right label. I mean,
absolutely.
Even now, it takes very little for them to just slap an insulting label on you and discredit everything you do.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I mean, everyone was kind of going crazy in those few months after the election. So I think I just kind of got caught up in a lot of that. And I was making a lot of like political videos as well about like the election and stuff. So I'm sure that didn't help either.
Yeah.
I mean, they were getting great views, so I was like, well, why not? So I kind of got into some of that. I mean, especially before I got demonetized, I would kind of like just talk about whatever I was interested in or passionate about and stuff. And so those are some of the main hard hitting subjects that I would talk about. And now coming back to YouTube after getting remonetized and everything else, I've kind of had to self-censor myself even more than I was before I was demonetized.
Man. So, okay. But sometimes you can do a little bit of a workaround. Like you can do say some words instead of others. And your fans that have been following you for a while, like sometimes I'll just be like, you know what I mean? You know?
Yeah, totally. Yep. There's definitely a lot of that goes on. So, which, it's sad that you got to do that, but I guess it's just the way it is with YouTube. So
it's not like you can't be all or nothing when it comes to YouTube. You have to know, like, ultimately I will reach more people. And you can tone it down in some areas and still get your point across. It doesn't mean you have to like fly right into the sun, and that's the only way to maintain your message or your dignity or something.
Right, exactly. And the funny thing about it was when I got demonetized, YouTube basically told me that my videos were harmful to my viewers.
Oh, wow.
What they said. I never talked about physically harming anyone. Like I literally, that's just not who I am. I don't do that.
They probably just don't know what label to put on you.
Right. Yeah, probably. And so it was funny, like a lot of my viewers, they would get all sarcastic about it afterwards, and they're like, yeah, Josiah totally is just like causing me so much harm. Like I can't even get up out of bed in the morning because Josiah's just really, really wrecking my soul with his takes.
Right,
and
because
stuff.
like a COVID disinformation label is very easy to slap on somebody, but if you don't touch that at all and you talk about other stuff that they're trying to suppress, they're like, we don't know what to slap on this guy.
Right, exactly. Yeah, yep. So
you're back, you're monetized, you're doing it.
Yeah, I am. It took about a year to get remonetized. A lot of it, honestly, there kind of was a point where I wasn't really pursuing getting monetized that much anymore, and it was a lot of just my fans doing it, and I think that had a lot to do with it, with me getting remonetized. So, I'm very, very thankful for those individuals who continue to pursue it, even when I kind of moved on to other things and stuff. So, very appreciative of that.
Okay, good. We have an interesting question in the chat. What is the deal with right-leaning people's lighting? When you leave the left, that you're actually given a colored spotlight to put in your room, and sometimes an American flag if you want that as well. It's part of your exit package.
That's right. Yeah. They're like, yeah, here, take this, and we'll see you. We'll see you on the other side. So
yeah, like we're sorry to lose you, but
we have a going away gift for you, so
enjoy these colored lights.
Yeah, I do need to get an American flag in the background, though. That'd be cool.
I've gotten a couple of trolls have like given me shit for this, like, that I only have this to grift. I'm like, no, a fan actually gave me this flag, and it's like a respectful thing to throw a light on it, and it's like I already have lights going on back here. I might as well.
Right, it looks awesome. I think it looks cool. So
and there's different colors, and what's fun about these lights, I don't know if every right wing, who even knows? I don't even know where I am. I just know I'm like non-leftist.
You're not crazy?
I'm just not crazy. Yeah. These are the non-crazy colored lights. But when like my boyfriend turns on the TV, the remote is somehow able to talk to these lights. So if he's just like watching like TV or whatever, like presses the remote, like these lights start to flicker, and it's like a rave, and it's like I'm glad I'm not prone to epilepsy, because sometimes they'll just start blinking and flashing.
Yeah, my lights do the same thing. Like they can flash like all sorts of different colors and stuff, and it literally feels like you're at like a rave party or something, or at the club. So it's funny.
It is fun for those of us who do YouTube and never actually go out anymore. That's why we need these fun lights.
That's our entertainment these days.
Yeah, we're like, what is outside air? You just open a window and like sniff for a little bit. You're like, okay, shut it, back to work.
Yeah, exactly.
what I love about your videos, Josiah, not only are they like short and you can feel like, all right, you can get bites of info. Like you feel like, okay, in 3 and 4 minutes, you can learn something.
Yeah.
Which is really great. But I like that a lot of your videos, especially recently, it seems like you are observing and have proof of a real woke backlash. And it seems like you're starting to observe it in TV and films right now. What is giving you this feeling of hope that the tides are turning?
I mean, I think that especially in this past month with a lot of the stuff we've been seeing happening with Netflix and Disney and some of that type of stuff, I think that we are kind of getting to a point where just more and more people are getting sick and tired of a lot of the nonsense going on. And to be honest, I wouldn't say that I'm as optimistic as some other people out. Like there are some people out there right now who are part of the, whatever you want to call it, conservative, right-leaning, whatever, who are saying that we're in a post-woke world now. I don't think we're at that point yet, and I think that's very silly to say that, because the last thing that I want to see happen, and I think I don't know how much you talk about politics on your podcast or whatever.
Yeah, I do.
But,
yeah, fair amount.
But yeah, so like after Trump was elected and stuff, it kind of seemed like to me, people were like, "Oh, we won! We got the guy in the White House and stuff, and we're all set," and everyone just kind of relaxed.
Take the foot off the gas. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to see that happen, because the other side, they don't relax. They continue to move forward. They
continually are scheming.
Yes.
And sneaky.
Yes. And so I'm just afraid that, if we start to praise the victories too much and start to make it seem like we won, then it's going to cause people to take that pressure off and stuff. And I just don't want to see that happen. So I do think there are things that are happening right now where we are seeing some of the tides turning a little bit. And it's really awesome. The thing that I love the most, and I think that Eric July Ripa, he talks about this the best with, don't just stop supporting, the woke nonsense, direct that support towards people that deserve it, who are doing good things and stuff. And so, you have like Daily Wire making their own movies now, which is awesome. And, possibly someone else might be, maybe, who knows, maybe making some stuff soon as well.
Possibly somebody in a nice cave with their socks off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. More than just that. I promise you that's not what you'll be watching, but
Ooh, yes. I didn't know if you were making those kind of videos.
I mean,
movies. I'm down. I'll watch one. I'll be supportive.
But yeah, so I think that it's very exciting what's going on right now. I think that there is definitely some sort of shift, and I think that people are starting to wake up more than they have. And honestly, I think as much as it was super annoying and dumb in a lot of ways and everything else, I think a lot of the stuff that happened around COVID has really opened people's eyes to what is going on and stuff. So as much as we kind of went through a lot of ridiculous stuff with all of that, I think that it really did show people what is actually going on in this country in a lot of ways. So
if you weren't at all weary of the government and information and how that information is skewed to fit if you weren't made aware of that at all before the pandemic, it definitely made you start thinking about it. You're like, oh,
yes.
The news is not always quite just the news. It's actually not only what they want you to know, but how they want you to feel about it.
Yeah, totally. I honestly, I didn't give two hoots about politics until the summer of 2020 with all the riots and stuff that were going on. And that's when I started to actually pay attention to what was going on, as far as just like what the media was doing, what the government was doing, and all of that type of stuff. And man, obviously my eyes have been opened a lot to a lot of that stuff, just doing my own research. So, and then I think it's just really continued since then in a lot of people's lives and what people are observing happening. So I think that the stuff that has happened this past month, we've had a lot of victories this past month with Netflix, CNN Plus completely just nosediving, which was hilarious. Twitter,
I didn't even know it was a thing until it was gone. was like, oh,
Yeah.
could have
It
just
was
been
so
quiet about it. Yeah.
It was so funny. So, they were trying to make CNN Plus happen and it was just completely failing. Totally. But, all these people at CNN, they were talking about this one guy who was going to just go around the country and just eat burgers at different I don't know, venues or something like that. And they were like, this is the content that people want. This is exactly what people were looking for, was
burgers.
yeah.
No one will get upset with us now. Yeah.
And I'm just like, guys, you can barely get 10,000 subscribers. Like, what
will be an inoffensive food show. Yeah. That's what CNN needs.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so pathetic.
Man. So yeah, I mean, so there's been a lot of really good stuff happening, but we need to keep going, and we can't just stop right now. So yeah.
I was surprised to see Netflix lose, like their stock go down, because I feel like Cuties happened. What was that, last summer? And I just I didn't think there was enough outrage over it. I go, okay, to me it seems like just a small group of more right-leaning, more conservative types are upset, but it's not enough to get people to like really leave the platform. So I was shocked to see it go down. I'm like, okay, what else is going down? What else was going on to make the stock tank? And maybe it's just a cumulative effect, it seems.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Netflix, they've just kind of continued to get worse. Like their products are just getting more crappy, it seems like. And not just going more woke, but just the quality of them are just getting worse. And they're continuing to increase their prices while you're getting worse products. And now they're talking about doing this whole thing where they're going to crack down like password sharing and stuff like that as well, which I think is actually going to hurt them more than in the long run. So yeah, it's not good.
I mean, to expect it, that's been around since the very beginning of Netflix, is like the family sharing of one account and the passing around of the passwords. It's like, it's an age-old family tradition at this point.
Yeah.
What are you gonna
exactly.
do?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so I think that a lot of that is just, really, and now they're at a point where Netflix are just cutting just tons of their shows. Like I think if I'm not mistaken, I think they cut their entire animation department, which is insane. So yeah, so it's not looking good for them over there. Which that's fine. And Hollywood, honestly, it's funny because Hollywood actually hates Netflix as well in a lot of cases, because of how much they've kind of I guess stirred the bee's nest a little bit, as far as just making it a lot more difficult for the other Hollywood studios to survive and stuff. So it's been just hilarious to watch what's been all happening. So
oh no, Hoarders is leaving.
Oh no, that's my favorite show. No.
11 seasons. Wow.
That's yeah.
Truly hoarding episodes there.
Yeah. I don't know if is that like an actual Netflix show? I think that's just something that they probably bought the rights to and stuff. So
right.
Yeah. Right, oh yeah, I think the ones in bold are the Netflix shows. Netflix originals.
Shows. Oh wow. Okay, so Downton Abbey. All right, I feel like that had a good run.
Or maybe it's the other way around. No, okay. Final Destination wasn't a Netflix thing, so it must be the bold ones or the.
Damn.
I don't know.
It is a lot. How much of this do you blame on just sheer competition, like the amount of other streaming platforms?
I think that definitely has something to do with it too, for sure. I mean, it's kind of like coffee in our circles. It seems like everyone's trying to do their own streaming service now. So, and some of them are definitely doing it better than others, I think. I think that HBO Max does some of the best as far as just like creating quality content. So
not when it comes to comedy, but yeah, I would agree with you on the other stuff.
Oh man, I don't remember who it was. I watched some comedy special, something on HBO Max that was just like the worst I've ever seen. I don't remember it was some chick, but I don't remember what her name was. But
you're right, you're correct. And just any chick on HBO Plus, you can guarantee it. And I'm not coming off anti-women, but I just it's very woke. Like you don't even get a shot at these specials unless you're towing the line.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which is it's sad, but
it's sad.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? It's like we're here to create our own lane.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, and it will work if we continue to to not let people tear us down and stuff, and we can just continue to keep our nose to the ground and stay focused and stuff. I think we're going to see some very exciting times ahead of us. So
are you someone who is encouraged by Elon Musk taking over Twitter?
Yeah, very much so. That was always the best alternative, I think. I never really wanted the government to get involved, and now they want to get involved because
now they have the disinformation board. It's
yeah,
like,
exactly. Now they're like now suddenly they're very, very concerned about social media and the impact it has, and it's hilarious because, like, come on, you're not even being subtle at this point. Like,
yeah, we have to keep our propaganda going.
Exactly. So, but I think that Elon Musk is honestly, he's super epic. I really like Elon Musk a lot. And I love the fact that he sees the value of free speech and how important that is to a free society. And so I'm very glad that he stepped in to do this. And honestly, that's something that I've been saying for a while. I'm like, well, we need people who have that power and influence and money to step in to start to, save these different platforms and stuff. Obviously, he has the most money out of everyone in the world, so that makes it a little bit easier for him than for others. But
and he's been having fun with it too. He's been trolling people. He's like, accusing AOC of flirting with him. It's been really fun and exciting to watch. But at the same time, like, when he is speaking out about it, he's like, no, I'm for the happiness of the middle 80%. I'm not about making the far left or the far right get their way.
Yeah.
Again, this is about most people, and he says fairness and what did he say? Equality or like accessibility for everyone. It's like he's almost using the leftist woke speak, but it's actually true when it applies to just how many conservative or dissenting voices of the message have been shadow banned, suspended, completely lost their accounts.
Yeah, and that's why I've never really gotten into things like Getter and Gab and some of these other places, because I'm not looking for an echo chamber. Even with Twitter, I don't want it to become a right-leaning platform. I want it to be just open for everyone to have discussions and everything else. I mean, that's how social media used to be back in the day. And I used to have a lot of fun on Facebook, not to whatever date myself or anything.
Facebook used to be great, and now it's just a place you go to complain and sell items from your house.
Exactly. It's so true. That's literally the only thing I use on Facebook now is Facebook Marketplace. I don't do anything else on Facebook. But there's so many people on Facebook that I used to get into arguments with about just some of the craziest topics ever, because we had different opinions about it, and that's what made it fun. And you can't really you haven't been able to do that with a lot of these social media platforms for so long. And now it looks like we might be getting back to that point, at least with Twitter. And that's really exciting to me, because that's what makes social media fun to me is having people with different opinions kind of all mixed up in the same space and seeing what happens with that. So
it is so exciting. Like, we put a lot of faith. I remember the first new one out was Parler, and then Parler, they had hosting issues with Amazon, and then, what was the other one? Before Truth Social, there was Getter.
Yep,
and
Gab
Truth
is one.
Social, Gab, right? Telegram, and it's like,
yeah,
okay, not as many people join these platforms as they originally thought, and the idea that someone could just swoop in and, like a hero, buy up Twitter just seemed inconceivable a year and a half ago.
Yeah. Totally.
Because we were kind of like throwing our hands up. Well, the left owns all the culture. The left owns all the media. None of us can do anything. And it's like, damn, Elon Musk coming out like a dark horse. He's like, no, I care.
Yeah.
I'm kooky. I'm a kooky billionaire. How could it be any worse under his tutelage?
Right.
I just really want to say that word. And this came out today. Elon Musk plans to take Twitter public again in 3 years.
Nice.
So it's almost like, he has a little bit of a 5-year plan going on here. Reportedly told investors, I guess today, he plans to take Twitter public again in 3 years, shortly after reaching a deal with the company's board to take it private. The Wall Street Journal reported on Tuesday the Tesla and SpaceX CEO is reported to have reached out to potential investors to discuss staging an IPO for the company within 3 years of completing his acquisition of Twitter. Musk, in public dispute with the Twitter board of directors, recently struck a deal to buy back 100% of the company at $54.20 a share, an 18% premium above the stock price at the time of its offer. Valued at $44 billion, financed with the aid of Morgan Stanley. Ooh, it'll be interesting to see like what happens. I don't know if Morgan Stanley's reputation will be like if Twitter becomes truly more fair to people on the right and in the center. Will people try to cancel Morgan Stanley?
Right. And yeah, that will be very interesting because I mean, everything that's been happening with Canada where we've literally seen like banks like shutting down people's accounts and stuff. Absolutely
Oh my
insane.
God, during the trucker convoy. That was insane.
Honestly, that was some of the most ridiculous stuff I've ever seen in my life. And it's going to be interesting because I think we are going, and I hate to say this because obviously I think this is terrible for the country, but I think we're going to start getting to a point where we're going to see even banks start to decide who they want or not want as far as customers and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see where Morgan Stanley kind of ends up in some of that type of stuff.
It is interesting. It's like, of course, this country largely rejects the idea of like a Chinese social credit score, and it's something we've been hearing about for, it sounds like, I don't know, maybe a couple of years, depending on like how clicked in you are, how much Alex Jones you listen to, but it's almost like, okay, if the Chinese social credit score is not going to happen exactly how it is over there, is it going to happen in a different way? Will people just, I mean, we're kind of taking sides, it seems anyway. It's like if a bank came along and was very outspoken about free speech and aligned with the values that I have, I would be very encouraged to switch banks. So
yeah, totally.
Hopefully companies will see that there's basically, it all comes down to money. And if they realize that there is money to be made by appealing to the other side for once, that could be an interesting, I guess, alternative to just this communist social credit score.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it will be interesting, and we're seeing companies kind of becoming competitive in all sorts of different spheres of life and stuff. So I could see that happening for sure sometime in the future. So
it's almost like not the corporations are kicking you out, but it's like you as the consumer can choose who you want to do business with,
right,
which is fucking capitalism, right?
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah, exactly.
Let's keep that going.
Yep, totally. And the thing that kind of distinguishes, I guess, normal Americans from neo-Marxist leftists is that leftists they only want a very, very select group of people to be accepted, and for the most part, normal Americans, they're like, yeah, we'll take whoever, it's not that big of a deal. So I think that because of those two very different mentality, I mean, it's the same thing with Twitter. Like, most people on Twitter, they're like, yeah, we just want this to be an open platform for everyone. And the leftists are like, no, this is our platform. And so, with those two very different worldviews and stuff, I don't see how the leftist worldview is going to be sustainable when it's, butting heads with the more open-minded way of life and stuff. So
yeah, this comment from Westfield. I bet so many corporations will not refrain from commenting on the abortion decision they won't learn from Disney and Netflix. I think it would be so stupid to comment on the abortion thing, especially if you're like a bank or something that like it would never organically come up. Like, I don't know who would make sense. Obviously, like Planned Parenthood. I mean, like that's their whole jam. That's how they stay in business. But like, and that's the thing. If I were to see like a Sephora commenting on it, I would be like, "Fuck! I gotta start shopping somewhere else now because I stopped shopping from Victoria's Secret when they went woke."
Oh man, that was
I would
so stupid.
only shop there, and I stopped buying Nike completely when they started supporting Black Lives Matter. I was like, I have no problem buying any other brand of shoes.
Right.
So,
Exactly. Yeah. And that's, there's, that's just the way that capitalism works. And, it's a beautiful thing that, there's alternatives that we can turn to. And, that's going to benefit those companies that, aren't stupid in the long run.
Yeah.
So
Billy Pilgrim, thanks for the super chat. Josiah has one of the most honest channels out there. Chrissie is hilarious and a great interviewer. Great job to you both.
Thanks, Billy.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Billy.
that. Yeah,
Thanks,
that's awesome.
Billy, aka Iron Man. We see you. Okay, this is kind of an interesting comment from Aeronaut. As long as banks are part of the ACH system, changing banks won't work. By the way, all banks are part of ACH, and that's the one that does direct deposit, right?
I believe so. Yep.
Automatic
Mhm.
something. What does ACH stand for?
Which is kind of interesting because that is the
Automated clearinghouse? Really? I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah. I'm not. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't say I'm like an expert on the happenings of banks, but
Oh yeah, me neither. I'm just making this shit up as I go.
but it is kind of interesting how cryptocurrency has kind of thrown a monkey wrench into a lot of this stuff. I mean, the government doesn't like it, obviously, because they want to continue to regulate it and everything else. So they absolutely hate the idea of something being out of their control. So
yeah, like, we want to tank the economy. We want to cause the food shortages. We want everything to be more expensive for you.
I mean, it's super outrageous to have something that's controlled by the people. Like, that's just crazy. What a crazy idea, right? So we got to regulate that for democracy. So
and yet they'll say, yeah, this is for democracy. It's all once you start noticing the patterns of how they speak and what they say are the reasons for doing why they're doing like basically very communist socialism type shit, but they say, oh, it's for democracy, or this such and such a thing is a threat to our democracy. You go, oh, these are all the same bullshit talking points that they use to push their agenda.
Yep, exactly. Yep, that's it right there.
I wonder if there's anything else interesting in this article. So he's gonna take additional financing for the deal. The present deal with Twitter's terms permit new parties to join the financing of Musk's deal. Retaking the company public in 3 years would enable the additional parties to make gains with a higher future stock price. Maybe this sounds like they're banking on it's going to be more profitable.
Yeah. I think it will
leaving
be for
space
sure.
for others to join in and basically profit from it.
Definitely. Yeah.
Apollo Global private equity is reported to be in negotiations with Musk on joining the deal. Interesting. Unless it's like this is a dastardly evil plan and it seems hopeful now and then.
Right.
What can any of us do? You know?
Yeah. I mean, that's. I guess you can never be 100% certain about any of that type of stuff. But I think the fact that he is making all the right people angry with this is a good sign. So, So I guess you like I said, things could change in the future and stuff, and we could just be back at square one again with some of the stuff. But I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. So.
Yes, we will see, and I wonder do you think Tesla will suffer?
I don't think so.
As a result?
No.
Yeah.
No. I think Tesla is going to continue to do well. So, all these leftists are complaining about, they're still driving Teslas. So,
doesn't AOC have a Tesla?
Yeah, she does. She was like bragging about it like last year at some point. She was like talking about how great she was for driving a Tesla and saving the climate. And
yeah, they tell themselves that like, no, it's not the same. It's for the environment. It's all good.
Yeah, greater good for the environment and stuff. So yeah.
Westfield, just a thanks to both of you for always fighting the good fight. Love you both. Oh,
thank you, Westfield.
Love you, Westfield.
That's awesome.
Let's see your Southfield.
I'm more of a Northfield guy myself, but
yeah, Northfield on the first date, and then Southfield. Maybe things go all right.
Did you know that Elon Musk has teased that he might be building an Iron Man suit?
Yeah. Just launch himself into space.
Yeah,
I would love that.
Okay, so this is like my biggest hope for the future of humanity. I want to get to a point where Elon Musk is basically Iron Man and Jeff Bezos is basically like the supervillain, and then they end up fighting each other. Like
I would
like
love
super
that.
suits or something. Like
I would love to see.
I think that'd be epic. So I'd be down with that.
Yeah, they have to fight for who gets to be the richest man.
Yeah.
Elon Musk offers for SpaceX to make NASA spacesuits after Watch Dogs says program to cost $1 billion. Oh my God, this almost looks like me in there.
Yeah.
He wants to make next generation spacesuits. Okay. What's
Like
so
if
good
you
about these spacesuits then?
yeah, I mean, if you look up like Elon Musk like Iron Man suit or something like that, there's like all sorts of stuff that pops up about it.
Elon. Okay, I'm gonna. Elon Musk. Oh wow. Okay.
Which it looks a little chunky right now,
This
but
looks like the first version of
Yeah,
the Iron Man suit
yeah.
that was like he like just shot out into the middle of the desert. And
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. But you
And
got to start somewhere, right?
and the Middle Eastern bros are like, Elon Musk built the same thing by himself in a cave. Get on it.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
So it's a work in progress, but
Yeah. Okay, what is the goal for the suit? Let's see. YouTube channel where he's documenting the process. Oh gosh, yeah, this looks very
oof. Yeah,
very
it looks a little janky.
This is a first draft.
Yeah, exactly.
The Cyber King. Oh wow. I mean, why would they do this when they could just send a robot up? I think probably because like human ego, you want to be the one to get up there.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Also Iron Man, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Elon Musk wants to fund a flamethrower.
So it's got a bladder in here, and so it's a McKibben Alpha. Have you ever heard of that?
This guy, has a sword collection at his house.
yeah, totally. I actually know someone that looks almost literally like him who has like a ton.
Ian Crossland? Oh.
He's actually a YouTuber.
That was a very brief excerpt from a conversation I had with Elon Musk.
This tattoo screams
get very much of it on video,
mid to late 90s.
Really. But give a little context. I was
does.
explaining to him how the actuator.
Oh my God! Let's see the flamethrower.
Okay.
I'm
nervous to play the rest of this video.
Yeah, right.
All right. Last time.
And there's gonna be a flamethrower I'm gonna put on this release.
Okay, don't trust you anymore. Well,
Elon Musk also wants to create cat girls.
Cat girls, really?
Yeah, like he literally wants to create cat girls.
I have to fact check you. Cat women?
Yeah, sure, that works.
Oh my. Okay, this looks a little fetishy, Josiah.
Hey, I mean,
This looks a little like anime to me. Elon Musk is taking a crucial step towards cat girls. What the hell?
Yep.
You honestly don't want to know, but since we're already a dozen words into this and you're still reading, prepare for the best worst. A cat girl is a female. Oh God, Kimomimini.
Sure.
A humanoid character with animal-like creatures. What? Okay, why?
Has Elon been hacked? What?
Okay, and considering all the memes he posts on Twitter, he may look like a crazed lunatic. His interest in cat girls is odd for sure. However, he's a billionaire and he can do whatever he wants. He hasn't been hacked. He simply ascended to god tier meme level, and the world needs to keep up. But how did the cat girl? How? What's his plan?
So he's talked about. I think he has talked about like genetically engineering stuff, but he's also talked about just creating like cat girl
transhumanism sounds like.
Well, he's also talked about creating like cat girl like androids or something like that too. So
slippery slope, I think.
So yeah.
I just get worried. And Chad here. Of course, there's a
Chad. Good old Chad.
I want to see what's under Chad's bed.
You probably don't want to know.
Yeah, I get concerned. I'm like, oh, Elon Musk, he's developing Neuralink. It can help somebody eat cereal who's been paralyzed. I'm like, yeah, but it could also probably control somebody's brain,
Yes.
remotely.
Yes.
And it's like, we're not talking about what this technology is also capable of. And then it gets out there under the guise of, oh, we're going to be helpful to humanity. It's like, yeah, fucking right.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I mean, as much as I think Elon Musk is hilarious and awesome in a lot of ways, I am very, very concerned about Neuralink. I would be very curious to hear someone ask him about Neuralink again. I don't know when the last time was that someone interviewed him about that, but I know that he keeps on talking about how it would, be beneficial to people and stuff, but there's there's so many other things that could go wrong with it, and so many ways that it could be weaponized against people. And like, come on, you can't trust the government. You know that the government would get involved with that somehow and be like, oh yeah, well,
oh yeah.
So,
imagine their deal is like, you want your free speech Twitter? All right, let's put a chip in your brain.
Yes, yeah.
Ugh.
I'm telling you right now, no one's ever gonna put a chip in my brain, no matter what. But
no, you have to shoot me in the head, and then you can
have
at it. All
then
my
holes
are
mess
yours.
With my brain. Yeah, right, exactly.
The Neuralink aims to cut small holes in a patient's skull and insert brain implants in them. Often fades.
Yeah. Oof. Nope. I remember hearing about Neuralink I don't know if I think it was Neuralink. It was something that at least something that people were speculating about in like a Time magazine back in like 2005 or something like that, 2006. And
right. They're focusing on, they want to solve brain injuries, including depression, obesity, sleep, schizophrenia. It's like, how about get out, take a walk, take a hot bath. Don't get something. You don't need to stick something into your brain.
Yeah, man, that's freaky stuff.
Obesity?
That's really freaky stuff.
But this is going to appeal to people, I don't know, maybe who have suffered for a very long time and nothing has worked for them, or they want to take the easy way out. This is going to appeal to the gastric bypass.
Yeah, how exactly are they planning on Neuralink curing obesity?
Make you hate food. Like, program you to be just
just program your behavior and stuff.
You're a model and it's about to be fashion week. You could not be less interested in food.
Nothing seems more sus than a chip in your brain that can, modify your behavior. Like, that sounds pretty.
Keep you from emotional eating, make it so that maybe like good food smells don't smell good to you anymore.
Right. At that point, I mean, you can totally see that the government would be like, oh, we can make people like non-compliant.
Do anything.
Why
do we need millions of mail-in ballots when we can just literally control people to vote for who we want them to?
Exactly. Oof. Yeah. Creepy stuff. Creepy stuff, man.
But until then, we have illegal immigrants to that'll take care of that for us. Heyo. Again, these are all jokes. I'm a comedian. Okay.
Yeah. No. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, Elon Musk is a very interesting person to me. I'm very curious to see how he continues to, develop some of these things out and stuff. I genuinely do believe that he wants to do things that will benefit humanity. And I just think that, sometimes with good intentions, there can be a lot of bad things that happen as well. So, yeah.
Of course. And how many people are going to be exposed and aware of and working on this technology that can, nothing's to stop them, even though they're supposed to be, we're secretly working on it. It's like, yeah, people fucking take shit all the time. Like, since when have we ever had a Supreme Court document leak? Like people.
Oh, man. Yeah.
People
insane.
Are not loyal. And it's just very concerning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't trust the government, especially like,
No.
I don't know. I could totally see the government trying to get their little grubby hands on stuff like this. And
use it on soldiers to remove fear and pain. I feel like DARPA is already doing this. It's been done in movies already.
Yeah.
By the time we're hearing about it, they've been doing it for a while. Right.
Yep. Exactly. Yep. It's true. It is true.
Elon will have ownership of your brain, your social media, public commons, your computer-controlled electric cars, computer-controlled trucks carrying supplies, and space satellites and travel. And he got it through charming us with his memes and his flirtations with AOC. God damn it.
Right. Yeah.
Elon, be gentle with us.
You're exactly. Yeah, it's true. I mean, and I think that's one of the biggest weaknesses of whatever you want to call us, like conservatives and stuff, is to just like.
Would you call yourself a conservative? Well, yeah, you're pretty religious in a good way. I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, the whole I saw you tweeting about like you're like priests are not. There's no such thing as a pro-choice priest or a pro-choice pastor.
Pastor, yep. No, I
It's
I
almost like they're
definitely-
cheapening themselves to get more members.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's a lot of wokeness that's even just spreading in, like the American church, which is disgusting. But there's a lot of problems with that for sure. So I mean, I'm very, very critical about a lot of the American church and stuff as well, because there's a lot
I
wrong
wonder
with
if they
that.
feel
So,
like, wow, they really fucked up, like by all those molestations. They have to go. They have
Yeah.
to just run in the opposite direction and be like the most woke possible because they have
Right.
they're fighting the worst PR of all time.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. I saw some like weird video of like a church that was basically including what did they say? I think they said something like the spirit of queer into their worship or something, where you have God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, and then the spirit of queer.
Oh,
And so that's pretty blasphemous in a lot of ways. So
yeah, the table's full. No new spirits, no new friends. We're good.
So yeah, I mean, I would definitely consider myself a conservative. But yeah, I think that's one of I think conservatives can be pretty gullible in a lot of ways and can just kind of like throw their support 100% behind people sometimes and stuff. And I think that's
many of
something
them
that,
are so good and trusting.
Yeah.
That they lack some street smarts.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, even with President Trump, I had a lot of issues with President Trump and some of the stuff that he did as well. I like Trump. I think he was great for the country, but he wasn't like the best person that's ever walked the planet or anything.
What are your top 3 beefs with Trump?
I think that, man, it's been a while now. I'd have to think back on it, but I think that one of his weaknesses was he was really bad at picking the right people to surround himself with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sebastian Gorka echoed that statement too. He
Mhm.
just was like, it got to the point where I couldn't do anything and I had to leave
Mm-hmm.
just to make a dent.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I don't know. I think he did get a little overzealous with some of his language sometimes and stuff. I found it hilarious and it didn't bother me at all. But I think just like trying to appeal to a bigger majority of Americans, I think that he could have been a little bit more discerning with some of the ways that he spoke and stuff.
He should have given a little bit of a fuck when it came to certain things, just so that he wouldn't be at the mercy of like, the mean tweets.
Exactly.
He could have taken some power away from that side on that issue.
Totally. Yeah. So, and I think that I had some policy issues, but I can't remember what those would have been off the top of my head. But yeah.
A lot of people were upset, like he didn't pardon who they thought he should have pardoned. We all know the guys, the WikiLeaks guy.
Yeah, there's Julian Assange or something like that. Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Some other people.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I honestly, like, with the next election approaching stuff, if it came down to like DeSantis and Trump, I think I'd go with DeSantis.
Do you really think it will? I think that would be dumb for them to both run.
I think so too. But I could see, if DeSantis, decided to run, I don't think that Trump's going to give a crap. I think it's going to be like, I am the best president ever, and I have to run again just to prove that I am the best.
And you know what? They're both not going to win the primary. You know what I mean? Like, one of them will ultimately,
right?
If one of them is meant to be the representative, I guess, for the Republican Party, then I'm sure everybody else will get behind the other guy.
The problem is that I don't want Trump to run again. I'd rather have DeSantis.
You want to start over? You start fresh.
Yeah. I think DeSantis just in the state of Florida has done way more good for the freedoms of Americans and Floridians, whatever, than Trump did. So I think that he's taken bolder steps, and he's done more just to like I don't know, like protecting children is kind of a big deal, and I think he's been doing a pretty good job with that. So
it seems like he is not wasting time on issues that are important to his state.
and he doesn't get involved with all the drama that goes on, you know? Like he doesn't
Yeah.
really let that get to him. He just
And
keeps
he's not
his
old. You know, he's not like getting up there the way
Yeah.
that like, yeah, it's
Mhm.
a good point. Trump is reaching Biden age.
Yeah, it's true. That doesn't help either. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, I would totally throw my support behind DeSantis, and I don't know. I guess we'll see because we don't really know who's going to run. I guess fully, but yeah, it'll be interesting. So
I want to bring this up just because you love taking jabs at woke Hollywood, and this I thought was so funny. I meant to mention this on one of my other shows. So Ulta Beauty put out an email blast. They were trying to alert, and I don't know why the post does this. They always put a video that has nothing to do with the
Mhm.
article in there. And you're
Sure.
like, oh. But anyway, so they let out an email blast from come hang with Kate Spade. Or no, was this Twitter? It might have been the email blast. But I think this is so fucking funny because Kate Spade hung herself in the closet, and then they got in trouble because they said, come hang with Kate Spade
Oh.
to promote the perfume at Ulta. I was like, this is great. I love this so much. And this poor person probably had no idea.
Right.
This poor, like, fucking marketing intern or whoever, person who's been working there 2 years, is not thinking about the scarf in the closet when they wrote this copy.
Oh, no.
You know?
That is hilarious.
It's so funny.
Oh, man.
Nobody in Ulta remembers how Kate Spade died. Disgusting. It's not like they're saying, oh, a scarf down some deals.
Right, yeah. To be honest, I didn't know that Kate Spade hung herself, so
Hung herself in the closet
Wow.
with a scarf.
Oof.
I think it was an expensive scarf, too.
Probably. Oh,
You
man.
gotta go out in style,
Yikes.
I guess.
Yeah, you might as well, I guess.
And then they had to apologize. Mental health is a very serious, important issue in our country and not something we take lightly. We have to apologize to the Spade family, our Kate Spade New York brand partner, and to our guests. Wah, wah. Oh, wow.
They
It's
always-
2018. That was like so long ago. It
Oh,
seems
wow.
like just yesterday.
Yeah. I love it that these companies, whenever they, do something that gets outraged, they always talk about how they need to do better. It's so funny.
Ugh.
It's like,
We're all doing better. We're all trying to do better. Isn't that called like being an alive person?
Right?
It's like,
Yeah.
of course. It goes without saying.
yeah, exactly. It's so stupid.
It's just part of this like corporate fucking approved apology speak.
Yep.
It doesn't
Totally.
actually mean anything. You just
Mhm.
have to like take the knee. You just have to bend over,
Yeah.
let them put it in your butt a couple
Yeah.
times, and you're like, can we go back to work now? Did
That's
I
literally
apologize
like
enough?
That's literally like how Drew Barrymore was talking about after she was making jokes about like domestic violence with about Johnny Depp and stuff, and she's like,
Mhm.
I gotta do better. I gotta do better. It's like
Ugh.
just whatever.
Yeah, here you go. Here it is. This is another person wrote, Kate Spade was amazing and an icon. Your lack of attention to detail is sad at best, negligent and hurtful at worst. Do better.
Do better.
Do better. I will never say do better for as long as I live, unless it's satirical.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
See, she's laughing. She loves a good sale. She probably would be like, yeah, sell my fucking purses. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
It probably hopefully goes to somebody in her family.
Yeah,
That's
right.
part
Yeah.
of it.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah. That's so funny. I didn't know that that's how she died, so that just made it like really funny to me. Wow.
It's so funny.
Huh.
It's great.
Yeah, there she is. Is that her closet right there?
This is her. Look at the tiny little bags. Yeah, this was very like
Wow.
90s when the tiny purse trend was
Can
the rage.
That's crazy. I don't even understand why anybody would need that many purses in their life.
Oh,
I
and
don't-
This is probably a store. This might just
Okay.
be like her office, even.
I swear I've seen like people with actual closets like that though, where they have just like tons of purses and
This is
shoes and
Only, I hate to break it to you, this is only about 15 purses right here. A lot of women would be like, they have this just, they could blink, they could poop 15 purses.
yeah.
I mean, not me.
I
'cause
do
I'm
not
there yet.
understand that. I don't understand that.
Different outfits. I get it. I understand like having like a black purse and I have like a white purse. That's where I'm at right now. And a big ass.
I can
tote
understand
bag.
that. I can
go into
understand
the
having
city
like,
with.
you know, I can understand having a handful of different purses, but I
I
don't
think
know.
when you get to the point where you have different colored person, that's when you've made it. Or you're just spending a lot of your money on purses because it's like,
Yeah.
how many times are you going to wear a green purse? How many times are you going to wear like a blue? You have to have it in your outfit somewhere unless
Yeah.
these are the colors you wear all the time.
And not just like green, but like Steve from Blue's Clues striped green.
Yes. Yeah. Although green apparently is a hot color for spring.
True.
I know you're very
Yeah.
concerned about that, but
That's good to know. Thank you for letting me know about that. Oh.
and May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So why don't they just roll with it? Like hang with Kate Spade. May is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Huh.
Ugh.
Wow.
Oh
So
well,
who's that guy?
that I think was her husband, Andy Spade.
Okay. Gotcha.
Right. Yep, Andy.
Yeah.
They launched
Gotcha.
the brand together in the early '90s.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't look like the happiest photo of them, but it's okay.
Did you watch the what's the one movie that came out about Gucci, House of Gucci? Did you watch House of Gucci?
I haven't, but I wanted to, and it's like I haven't seen it. I'm probably have to see it by myself because a certain boyfriend probably won't want to see it with me. So I will have to probably. I do kind of want to watch it because I want to see how Lady Gaga does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Lady Gaga is. I mean, I'm a pretty big fan of Lady Gaga, all things considered. You know, I think she's a crazy person, but
she's also like deep into the whole Hollywood, all that stuff. Like she is branded. She's like about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
There's
saying.
There's some weird pictures that have come out.
Yeah, weird hand signals between her and Helen Mirren. A lot of participated. She was fucking with that lady, the spirit cooking lady. She's involved in all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she's in deep.
Yeah, she is. She really is. It's pretty freaky. It's given a lot of fodder to conspiracy theorists. So
yeah, she's talented, lovable. Apparently, she like stole her whole identity from another lady. Like this lady died.
That's really weird because that's kind of what House of Gucci's about.
Ooh, okay.
That's really weird. Wow. Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's actually bizarre now. Wow.
Marina Abramovich. Yeah, that's what I meant. I want to watch that now.
Yeah, I mean it's the movie. I didn't necessarily enjoy the movie. It was interesting, kind of, I guess, seeing that whole saga play out and stuff. But yeah, I mean the movie is just whatever, I guess. But
yeah,
have you seen The Northman?
No, but I want to, and I want to see it
Northman.
even more now that people have called it alt-right. So
there's way too many white people in the movie for
look.
Northern European, Scandinavian.
As a half Norwegian, I feel like it's my duty to pay homage to my people.
Yeah, I'm half Swedish. So.
My cold brothers from the north.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. I was actually just talking to my grandfather today. I'm helping him write his autobiography right now.
Oh.
So yeah, so he was telling me a lot of stories about Sweden and stuff like that. It was really cool. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it was really good. I'm seeing Doctor Strange tomorrow.
Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have you?
How do you feel about that?
No, it doesn't come out. Or did you get a secret?
No. I'm gonna watch it on Thursday probably. So yeah.
Oh right, I am watching it Thursday.
Yep.
I forgot what day it was. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily enjoy it or not. I'm not sure. I mean, I kind of could see Marvel kind of really trying to play into the whole, let's get all these secret cameos of people from, superhero films from the early 2000s or whatever to try to get people
jumping the shark.
I mean, from what I heard from Doctor Strange 2, there's some of that type of stuff going on in the film, and I could see them relying on that to try to get people into the theater and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it's any good or not. I can't really say that I'm like super excited to watch it just because I haven't really been excited for a Marvel movie in quite some time. But
you can't be. You're just going to be let down.
Yeah. I mean, I thought The Eternals was terrible.
Although I did get the whole Happy Meal collection of Eternals toys.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can tell them. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Messy over there. I'm going to turn the camera back. But yeah. Oh yeah. It was like just hilariously bad.
Yeah. I didn't really like I don't know. I haven't really liked a Marvel movie in quite some time, so we'll see. I've been definitely digging a lot more of the kind of the off the walls type films like The Northman and some of that type of stuff a lot more.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, I love your stuff, Josiah. I love your content. I love that it's like short bites. I mean, like you have longer videos too, but it's just great because sometimes you just don't have. I mean, I say that as I've literally gone over an hour with you just now,
Mhm.
but this might get clipped up into a little nugget.
Yeah,
But I love
yeah.
your stuff. I learn a lot from watching what you do, and you're so great at it. And I love when you're on Friday Night Tights. You're just a blast.
Yeah.
And
Thanks. Yeah.
thanks
It's
for coming on.
it's nice being able to actually like you know, finally meet you, I guess, in person because you know,
Yeah.
oops. There we go.
It's okay.
Um,
Where can people follow you other than on Instagram at official Josiah Rises and on YouTube and Twitter and your Patreon?
Yeah. That's kind of the best places to find me at. Definitely my YouTube channel and Twitter and stuff. I'm definitely a lot more active on Twitter than on Instagram. I think the last post I have from Instagram was like 6 months ago or a year ago or something like that. So, but
yeah.
I keep on saying, yeah, I'm gonna get more active on
Instagram is
but-
for the trans, the gays, and the chicks. I totally get it.
I don't know. I like to fight with people online and stuff, so it's a little
hard
bit
to
harder.
do that through
Yeah,
pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. I guess I could start posting just really controversial pictures on there or something, but
Yeah.
of feet pics or something. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Yes.
But yeah, so you can do that. You can also check out EpicVerse Studios if you want to on Twitter and on YouTube as well. There's no content yet, but I promise you we are working on stuff right now, and it's going to be super awesome when we start to release some stuff. So I'm very excited for that. So
Awesome. And you've attracted another Swedish person into
let's
the
go.
chat, so.
Let's go. That's awesome. I'm actually learning Swedish right now too, so that's been fun.
Ooh, I love your fish. That's probably my favorite part of the Swedish culture.
Yeah. I want to go. I want to go to Sweden really badly. One of these days, it's gonna happen. So
Me too. I want to go there or like Norway, but I feel like it's gonna be so expensive. But I do want to go
yeah.
at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Same. Kind of hit up all those Scandinavian countries and stuff.
Yeah,
So.
just eat some dried fish, come back.
Yeah. You know, come
Yeah.
back with a battle axe and you know, getting ready to
Iceland
raid. So
was super cool.
oh
and
man, that'd be so
not
cool.
crazy
Yeah.
expensive. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
I just randomly have like a Viking axe.
Right, because you're an axe thrower now.
I am.
I'm watching
Yeah.
your videos. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy all of that type of stuff. So
That's awesome. I want to get an axe now.
yeah.
Amazing. Josiah, thanks for coming on. Thank you to everybody in the chat for your good comments and questions. As always.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for joining. We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.